Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Nice to see you again. I just wanted to do a different upload this time. I will get back to doing shout outs and etc. But I had the most amazing haul over the last few days that I could have imagined. And I'm so excited about this that I just wanted to just jump in there and show it to you. But before that, as the custom is, I was eating lunch in my car, listening to the radio, and I heard a song from one of my favorite groups, a song I hadn't heard in a long time, and that was by this group here. This is kind of a reimagining of that cover because I didn't have it with me, but for those of you who are very astute, this is the Alan Parsons project, Eve, and the song was Damned If I Do, and I love that song, I love that group. I love Alan Parsons. So I decided to break out the old pen and paper and draw the cover. So I hope you enjoyed that one. Now let's get on with the nitty gritty. An amazing haul, starting with this album here. This is Redbone's debut album on Epic. I believe it came out in 1974. This is one of the few records in the day that actually debuted as a 2-record set. And Lolly Vegas, of course, leader of the group. Wonderful record, a touch of rock, pop, R&B. And as we all know, they were famous for their hit, Come and Get Your Love. Then I came across this psychedelic pop gem. This is the Neon Philharmonic, A Moth Confesses. Beautiful, lush melodies, orchestra-backed. I was very pleased to get this one. It was in perfect condition. Oops. Okay. Make sure I'm on camera. Coming up, we have from 1969, this great album. This is music from Big Pink by the band. And I really love this. I believe this is their debut album. And I was so lucky to have found this one at a thrift store. And it's in terrific condition. Once again, 2-record set. Sorry about the glare. Then I came across from 1972, I believe, Cat Stevens, Catch a Bullet 4. Wonderful record. Great session band here, including Gene Rousseau, one of my favorite keyboardists. Then it starts getting really good. 1972, we have, I believe it's 72, The Faces, Ooh La La. And I have been looking for this forever, and there it is. Also in very good condition. And I believe this is a cover where you can make the face do some stuff. Let's see if I can do this. Look closely at the face. See how the mouth and the eyes open? I think. Yeah, there goes the mouth. And there goes the eyes. Cool. How cool is that? I'm going to move along pretty quickly. 1973 or 1974, a fantastic record. I was so good. I was so glad to get this. This is Johnny Winter's Saints and Sinners. Very wonderful R&B based rock album. I am desperately trying to collect all of Johnny Winter's albums, and I'm getting close. Also, Edgar Winter, I was able to find this wonderful record. This is 1975. This is Edgar Winter with Rick Derringer. And this one is R&B rock. I'm sorry, blues rock. Now this one here, did I say blues rock? Yeah, this is kind of a blues rock. I didn't mean to say R&B. But this is more of a blues rock album. But it's got a touch of soul in there. There's a song that's got some kind of country rock. There's a really lush, beautiful song in there called there it is, Paradise Sights. And in my opinion, it sounds like something John Lennon would have performed. Let's see if I can get this. Okay, moving along, it's really getting better and better and better and better and better. One of my favorite Steely Dan albums, this is Katie Lied, 1974, I believe. Rolling Stones, or some other entity, pronounced that this is one of the top best albums ever. And a list of 100 albums, I believe this came in like in the 40s, 50s, so that says a lot about it. It's got some really fantastic songs on it. Bad Sneakers, Dr. Wu, Your Gold Teeth 2, Chain Lightning, my favorite song, Any World That I'm Welcome To, in which Michael McDonald from the Doobie Brothers sings backup vocals. We got some good session musicians on here, Rick Derringer, David Paich, who I believe had something to do with Toto, and also was associated with Boss Skaggs. In 1975, this came out after that one. This is The Royal Scam. This is one of the most cynical, deprived albums I've ever heard. It's just great. The Royal Scam, Everything You Did. We got The Caves of Altamara, Kid Charlemagne, Don't Take Me Alive, The Fez, Sign In Stranger. Some really awesome songs of this record, and some great session musicians on this one as well. All right, the final albums. This one here, this is 1984, I believe. This is Innocence Is No Excuse, one of my favorite Saxon albums. Probably one of my favorite albums of all time. I just love every single song on it. And just like this young lady's face right here, this album is in pristine, flawless condition. I have several copies of this, which I've worn out, but this one is perfect. It's as if the person who had it before never listened to it. And thank you, whoever you are, for selling it at a thrift store of all places. I've always liked this cover because I first looked at it, it looked like she was washing her mouth out with a bar of soap. But actually, she is slobbering, and I mean slobbering over this green apple. And these pictures here tell a story. If you get a chance, listen to this record. It's got some great songs on it. Back on the Streets just knocks me out. Call of the Wild is just gorgeous. So if you like Saxon, and like I said, I think the 80s stuff put out by Saxon is their best. Now I'm going to show you some controversial Scorpions covers. This is 1978. This is Animal Magnetism. I've shown this before, but I got another copy recently. And this cover here, it's like, there's a lot that can be said about it. But I have an interpretation of this, and I'd like to share that with you. The young lady was walking down the street, and she dropped her comb. She bent over to pick it up. The dog showed up, and the gentleman walked by and said, "Are you okay?" She goes, "Yeah, I dropped my comb." And he said, "Oh, sorry to hear that. How are you doing?" And she said, "Fine." And she starts to pet the dog, and the guy says, "I'm going to drink this beer." And the young lady says, "Can I have some of that beer?" He goes, "No, this is the only one I have, but I'll stick my hand in my back pocket for you if you'd like that." And she said, "Okay." And he said, "Hey, does your dog bite?" And she goes, "No, but this is not my dog." What do you think? Is that a good interpretation of this cover? This is one of the controversial covers that actually was not replaced with an alternate cover, as was this one. Whoa! I am dropping things all over the place. This was this cover, Love Drive. And I'm only going to show you the front cover because on the back cover, the bubblegum has mysteriously disappeared. This was voted the best album cover by, guess who, in 1979. That's right, Playboy magazine took notice of this album cover and said, "Hooray, this is good stuff." But it's a great album, just like the Animal Magnetism, which I showed you. This one came out, I think, in 78. Something like that, whatever. I enjoy this record very much. Now, for the same reason I'm not showing you the back cover of that album, I am not showing you the front cover of this album. This is an extremely rare Scorpions Virgin Killer. If you want to know what's on the front cover, Google, schmoogle, Google it, whatever, look it up, you'll see what I'm talking about. But I want to maintain some decorum and good taste in this channel, so I'm just going to show you the back cover. But this one came out in 1975 or 1976. Another great Scorpions album. They received a lot of notoriety as being a great group, and deservedly so. They put out some fantastic songs, and they're from Germany. And I can't get enough of the Scorpions. I have pretty much every single piece of their vinyl. But these recent finds I have are in perfect condition. Last but not least, a blind buy. This is Wolf Eyes. Yeah, leave it to old Gavin T to show a record cover with some scantily dressed or half naked woman. But since this is a cartoon, I don't mind showing it to you. This is a good record. I've heard some of their stuff before, and you can categorize it maybe as noise rock or I can't think of the terminology that I used earlier for this. Noise rock would probably be good, or art metal. I don't know. How would you categorize this group? But this is some spooky stuff. I actually listened to this record and had nightmares. So if you can have old jaded Gavin T having nightmares about your music, then you've accomplished something very special. If you get a chance to check this out, this is Wolf Eyes. Yeah, like I said, I love this cover because this young woman is trying to sunbathe. And this wolf here is looking at her like, man, I cannot wait to bite into that jugular vein. Boy, oh boy. So anyway, okay, that was pretty much it. A very good haul, if you ask me. Done over the course of 3 or 4 days. And if you have anything you'd like for me to expound upon, if there's any genre of music you'd like to for me to talk more about, I'm going to do an upload on R&B, soul, jazz, and country. So I hope you will enjoy those future offerings. Anyway, thank you for coming by. I'm sorry this is kind of on the fly and not rehearsed or anything, but I just wanted to share with you my good fortune. And as I say many times before, and I will say many times again, I love you all. Goodbye.